Hello, my name is Advayamati and I'm based at the Bristol Buddhist Centre, and I'm making this video to help people set up the meditation posture. Now it can take quite a while to set up a posture because we were not used to sitting on the floor. And this is just one way of meditating. You can meditate in a chair or on a stool, and or even lying down. And I'll probably do different clips for those. But today I'm going to focus on setting up sitting on the floor. Now, when I was at primary school, when I was 4 or 5, we used to sit like this. I was a bit more flexible then. But then more and more as we sit in chairs, we get less flexible and less able to sit on the floor. And if you're sitting for longer periods of time, what will happen is we would tend to put strain on the back and fold over like that. So I'm going to go through some basic principles of how to set up effectively, but it can take, as I say, several months to get really comfortable in a meditation posture. When you have set up an effective physical outward posture, it helps you set up the conditions for the inner work, for the inner realm. And once you're steady in your posture, it helps to steady and focus the mind. Okay, so as I said, if you sit like this for longer periods of time, it can get uncomfortable. Very subtly you start to fall down like that. So what we tend to use is a couple of cushions, and these are special meditation cushions, and which I have here prepared earlier. So we want a height. I'm about 5'9", so the height is roughly about 6 or 7 inches at the back. Now I normally meditate in the semi-lotus position. I've spent time doing yoga and lots of body work, so I can sit quite comfortably in this position. But most people can't when they're starting out. So what we normally recommend is this position. The cushions are there, and I sit aside like that. If I do it from the side here, you can see a different perspective. What I want to avoid is, if I'm doing this, is splaying the foot out like that. You can try and keep that straight back. Some people might not have the flexibility in the front part of the ankle there. So a trick, if you have a blanket of some sort, this is actually a proper meditation mat, is to sit with the ankle at the edge there so it supports it. Or you can roll up a blanket or a wrap like this to give you comfort there. So the basic principle is that there are 3 key points of contact: the knees and the bottom, creating a stable tripod. And we seek to ensure that there isn't too much pressure on the knees. If there's too much pressure on the knees, then it's going to cut off circulation. So it's finding the right height is what it's going to take time. And usually when you first start to do this, you'll want to be a little bit higher than you anticipate, because it feels a little unnatural, but that's fine. So we're aiming towards about 6-7 inches of support. Now, if you don't have these lovely meditation cushions, you could perhaps set up some books and put a pillow or a cushion on top of that. Or if you have, you could use a bolster like this to bolster your meditation. So the key principle is that we're moving towards having a reasonably straight back, not an exaggerated straight back, but a relaxed but upright back. And there are a couple of tips to help attain that, and one is to move forwards and backwards like that, and then find the center point where it's as if the back holds itself up. It's a kind of magic. You can also do it from side to side, so you're finding the center point. Another important aspect of the alignment is the pelvis. If I tilt my pelvis, you can see, and you can test on yourself, that it has an effect on aligning the spine. So finding the right tilt, finding the right sense of uprightness but relaxedness. Also, you want to tuck the chin in, so you're lengthening the spine at the back a little bit more, so you're allowing the energy to move up and down the spine. Now, many people use a blanket as well, like that, to support the hands. If you don't support the hands, there is an unconscious tendency to slip like that, and you pulls on the back and you get backache. If you get backache at the top part of the back after a period of meditation, then you're too low. If you get achiness around the lower part of the back, then you're sitting too high. So as I said, it takes a period of experimentation to get it right. But once you get your posture right, then it gives you a solid basis for stilling and calming the mind as a means to gain liberation. Thank you. Enjoy.